everyone, and welcome to this week's Patch Notes, a show where we cover the biggest gaming news from the week in a nice bit-sized package. My name is Drew, and as always, it's nice to see you guys. I am also once again joined by the surprisingly mediocre Connor.
Oh, got me down, dude.
This episode, we are covering the news from the week of December 22nd, 2017. Not a whole lot happened this week, so we kind of had to scrape the bottom of the barrel, but I would literally do anything to get views on YouTube to validate my existence, so let's go ahead and get into it.
PUBG doing incredibly well on Xbox. By doing, we mean making money.
Reminder, if you are not first, you're dead last.
Microsoft announced that the Xbox One version of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds had over 1 million players within the first 48 hours, despite problems with performance and bad first impressions.
They got the $1 million! Well, actually, 1 million times 30 million. Ooh, that's a
well,
penny,
if you keep in mind that a lot of people game share, it's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
The first update for PUBG Xbox One was also released last week, or just a couple days ago as of recording this, and it kind of improved performance just slightly, and it fixed some smaller issues, but it is encouraging to see that an update came out so soon. If the updates can keep rolling out, then this game could definitely reach a more than acceptable state within the coming months. However, like I said, there were a lot of bad first impressions for this game, so many people have already written the game off, so it'll be interesting to see how this game will grow and continue to kind of garner this audience on the Xbox platform, or it'll just kind of get this hardcore fan base and just build from there.
And it's all about the performance. Pretty much all the problems people have with the console version is based on its bad performance. So if they can fix that, they got a good game. They already know the game's good.
But yeah, I hope that they can keep these updates rolling out. I think Microsoft is really serious about this game being successful, whether PUBG Corp is or not. So I think they're going to keep pushing them to make it work.
Baby. Makes cheddar, they want to get in on that. Get a slice of that pie.
Cheddar pie?
Cheddar pie. Brought to you by Blue Hole Studios.
Run for the hills, pick up your feet.
Popular Microsoft studio potentially reviving old franchise.
We did our jobs, pick up speed, now let's move.
A couple weeks ago, we learned that Playground Games, the developers behind the very popular Forza Horizon series of games, was working on a brand new RPG, kind of Horizon Zero Dawn-esque game for Microsoft. And we learned about this through a job posting on some website, but a forum user on Resetera?
It's obviously ResetEra.com.
But the guy's name was That Guy Jangle, and one of the moderators figured out that he is a member of the gaming industry, so he might know something, but he said that it is going to be an exclusive Xbox IP, and it is going to be a returning Microsoft IP, so something like Mech Assault, Crimson Skies, Fable, and that's actually what I'm really hoping for. I'm hoping that they're working
It's not gonna be Fable. Fable's dead and gone. Let it die, Drew.
No!
They were making a Fable game recently, weren't they? They're like...
Yeah, it's called Fable Legends, and I was in the beta for it, and it sucked.
Well, seeing as it's made by the creators of Forza Horizon, and an RPG-esque game in the vein of Horizon Zero Dawn, maybe they're making Forza Horizon Zero Dawn 2, where you play as a Dinobot hunting heroine who has the need for speed and needs high adrenaline vehicles in a post-apocalyptic dinosaur world. Driving cars, it's like Mad Max meets Dinobot land. I'd play that game. Maybe they add another Microsoft brand in the mix and they call it Forza Horizon Zero Dark. Perfect Dark. I'm gonna be expecting a Photoshop of all those different ideas.
But yeah, honestly, I think that Playground Games does have a good pedigree. I mean, the Forza Horizon games are the best Forza games, in my opinion, especially now. They're really good open world games, so I'm hoping if they do make a Fable game or whatever they're working on, I'm hoping that it's something that they'll be able to revive the Fable franchise, and I think having a new studio working on it would bring a lot of fresh ideas to it and make it actually good instead of what we were going to end up with Fable Legends. But anyway, I guess we'll probably figure out next year at E3 what they're working on. Hopefully they announce it then, or they just take their time to announce it. I'd rather that also, like, just wait to announce it until it's actually ready to be released or something like that. So it might be a while, considering this looks like it was just started. Let us know what you guys think. Do you want them to reboot an old franchise like Fable, or would you rather them just to work on something new?
Square Enix officially comes out against microtransactions.
Square Enix CEO Yosuke Matsuda,
You suck my soda.
You Suck My Soda recently stated that he does not believe mobile game microtransactions can work in console and PC games. He stated that microtransactions in a $60 full-price game just don't really work. However, Square Enix has previously stated that they are totally on board with the games as a service kind of shift that the industry is taking, so it's going to be interesting to see how this will change. Games as a service essentially means that games will be built in with a certain lifespan that will have elongated updates and things like that, like free content updates, and be kept alive by microtransactions. But yeah, games that usually do this provide some sort of free update and free content that goes on for months and maybe even years after the game comes out, and they're kind of held up by microtransactions and those things for additional revenue to keep the servers running and things like that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see whether Square Enix sees all types of DLCs as microtransactions, or are they just talking about loot boxes or very specific microtransactions like you see in mobile games. I mean, I know he specifically targeted mobile games, but it's going to be interesting to see, do they consider like full-blown expansions, like something you'd see in a Bethesda game, well, not recent Bethesda games, or like in The Witcher, their DLCs were definitely worth the price of admission. So it's going to be interesting to see how Square Enix goes about this. Are they just not going to have any DLC for their games? And if so, how are they planning to do games as a service if they have nothing with money coming in? Yeah, it's confusing.
Well, you're a hero, You Suck My Soda, but now you gotta show me. Now you gotta prove it to me.
You can talk the talk, You Suck My Soda.
But can
let's see if you can
soda?
walk the walk. But yeah, if we can get more AAA publishers like Square Enix to go down this road, that'll be a good step in the right direction for the industry. At least I think so.
Destiny 2 is still struggling to pick up the pieces.
There have been a lot of problems with Destiny 2 since its launch, and one of the biggest ones is the lack of communication between the dev team and the community about how they plan to fix a lot of those problems. A couple weeks ago, people on Bungie's team promised that they would be more transparent with their process going forward, and this made people happy for a short period of time, until we figured out that this is just another lie to hold us over until the next bit of microtransaction-focused content comes out. This week, Destiny 2's winter event named The Dawning launched, and to no one's surprise, it is just laden with microtransactions and a bunch of stuff that you can't get unless you pay. You can get, like, you have like one chance in-game, I think, to get some of these items, and then after that one chance for free, you have to pay to get a lot of these items. It's dumb. All of this is on top of the fact that with their recent DLC, they locked off a bunch of content for players. They actually went back on that and unlocked that content for players, but Destiny 2 is just a mess. They keep fucking up, and this is the last thing they needed right now. They didn't need to have a completely microtransaction-driven event like this. They should have brought it back and been like, hey, you can pay for this stuff, but you can earn all of it in-game if you want. If you just want to grind a little bit, you can earn this stuff. But they couldn't even do that. Well, another thing that sucks is normally every year when they have this winter event, they bring an event called SRL, which is Sparrow Racing League, which you can actually race the sparrows in the game. It's super fun. It's really good. I always had a blast with it, but they didn't bring it back this year. And let me just restate, I know I've said it a bunch of times in episodes before, but I loved Destiny 1. I have a poster of it right there. It's still one of my favorite games ever, and like its entire lifespan, I supported them, I supported the game, I supported Bungie. I even bought some of the microtransactions in Destiny 1 because I was like, hey, they're doing a good job. I'll give them like $2 or something like that. But now, like, they're just totally taking advantage of people like me that gave them the benefit of the doubt. And it's like, since they're missing out on the casual fan base, because pretty much everybody stopped playing this game, now they're just trying to nickel and dime their hardcore fan base as much as they possibly can. So, yeah, pretty soon there's not going to be anybody left to defend Bungie, except for like maybe like a very small minority of people. It's like the Twitch streamers and the YouTubers. Like the YouTubers who have channels that are dedicated to Destiny. Like there's a channel called Planet Destiny. Yeah, they have to play. It's their job. Like they're paid by a company to produce content in Destiny. So like they're the ones that are going to keep it alive. And I think, unfortunately, they're also the ones that are going to drive the hype for, like, the next expansions and the next game. And it's just going to, this cycle's just going to repeat itself. So I'm going to cut myself off here, and I'm just not doing it anymore.
No more Destiny 2 news. We don't like it anymore.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done supporting Bungie, because Bungie doesn't support me as a player.
Yeah, and if people do want to hear about Destiny 2, I'm sure there's plenty of Destiny 2 specific news outlets where they talk about all this stuff through like rose-colored glasses, and you can go listen to that.
Yeah. Alright, and that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, sorry there's not a whole lot going on this week. It's just kind of discussion and conversation about things that were already kind of happening. But hopefully next week's stuff will happen. Things are winding down right now because it's like the Christmas holiday season, so people aren't even working on games right now. Like, game studios are just empty. They're with their families. So this is actually the last patch notes of the year. This is the last patch notes of 2017.
Whoa! 2017, it's been a rush. It's been a ride.
Seriously, this has been a crazy, crazy year for us. We got to like, we went from like 20 subscribers all the way to like 250 in the span of like a week because of one video, and then we've just been growing ever since then. And this show started back in August, and it's been really fun to do. I've been doing it almost every single week. I've been trying, but yeah, that's been really fun. And if you've been watching all the episodes, thank you so much for watching. I'm sure Connor has something to say.
We love you, we thank you, and we hope you have a good and happy holiday.
Also, go ahead and follow Connor on Twitch. His Twitch channel is Between the Strokes. He plays some PUBG. We occasionally play PUBG together. I'm actually going to stop playing PUBG on my channel altogether, and whenever I play it, I'll be playing with Connor, and he'll be streaming it.
We'll probably post it on like Facebook next time we stream PUBG, right?
Yeah, go follow Between the Strokes on Facebook,
link.
too. I'll leave a link in the description. But yeah, I'll see you guys in 2018, and hopefully next year doesn't suck. Bye!
Well, see you in a year. Speaking of Dr. Disrespect, no news there. I think he's still streaming, right?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Dr. Disrespect.
I haven't heard any breaking news.
No.
I can't wait to see the stream.
His career is just skyrocketing, and there's no end in sight. I can't possibly see how anything could ever go wrong. The guy is a saint. He's perfect.
He just cracked my wife!